Testing, testing. Unless somebody is trying to hack my stream, or my internet for that matter, I think that the internet connection. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now let's see. Perfect. All right. Finally, having a good internet connection and not some ass internet that I did had with the previous stream that I was trying to do with this stream from directly from my computer. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a highly professional live stream. Not the garbage that you had to suffer through the last time I was live streaming. So I was forced to basically live stream through my phone, and it looked like almost as I was streaming from a potato. So, hopefully that you are having a great time and are doing so well that you are being bombarded with the positivity that you all so rightfully deserved. Now, it will be interesting to see what it will be going on in this past event, but I'm just gonna be tuning in to see who is in the chat. We are 4 concurrent viewers and 4 likes. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I can just feel the enthusiasm from every single one of you that is in the stream as of now. So welcome, welcome, and if you are new to the live stream, welcome, welcome. Be sure to share this live stream around so a lot more people can tune in and be a part of this amazing, amazing community. This stream is gonna be exclusively about East versus West 21 and all of the surprises, the dramas, and outright awesomeness that happened in East versus West 2021. And there were definitely a lot of surprises that did happen when I was watching the East versus West program. And starting off this stream, we can talk merely about TAKENAKA versus Victoria KARLSSON, and Proving Astrology 4471 is in the chat. Oh man, how great it is to see you once again, brother. And you wrote, great card. Oh yeah, it definitely was a great card when it was showcasing a lot of great matches, a lot of surprising results, and some were outright predictable with everything that did transpire with that, with all of the matches that did transpire as well. How are you doing it today? Proven Astrology 4471. Did you also enjoy East versus West 21 as much as I did? Because I definitely did. Alright. So, TAKENAKA versus Victoria KARLSSON. This was a match that I have been personally wanting to see for years. When I spoke to TAKENAKA, she did tell me that it will be an awesome match to have, and this was way before this match was even announced. Because I have been talking to a lot of the Swedish girls, and they believed that it was gonna be a very fun match, since Victoria KARLSSON had to basically like wait for a long time, even though she was qualified to be on a East versus West card, and for them to not include her sooner was a crime all on its own. And we also know what happened with the Takenaka and all of that drama that did transpire from what I can remember. So it's so awesome to see both of these ladies be a part of East versus West 21 as they rightfully deserve. So for me, it was so cool to see these girls battle it out and showcase to the entire world what they are capable of. So a lot of people were believing that Takenaka and Victoria, that Takenaka was gonna steamroll through Victoria. But we in Sweden, we know that as soon as Victoria KARLSSON is able to set that hook and contain the internal rotation and the center table lane, she was gonna be having a fantastic battle. And in round 2, oh boy, that definitely was the case. That was so awesome to see that the battle that they had at the center of the table, they were going back and forward, and Victoria KARLSSON was able to dig in and just enjoy that pin when she was able to get that from Takenaka. Oh man. But as soon as Takenaka was aware of the constant threat that Victoria KARLSSON was gonna be bringing to that match, she made sure that Victoria KARLSSON was not able to access her hook at all, and she was pulling straight back and just pin her to the side that way, so that Victoria KARLSSON's angle was from this to this. So that was an excellent strategy from Takenaka, and it was an absolute honor to witness the greatness of Takenaka and Victoria KARLSSON at East vs West 21. Takenaka-san, sugoi desu ne. Alright, I'm just gonna be seeing who is in the chat. I did see a couple of guys popping in. Four concurrent viewers and 6 likes. Whoa! This is awesome! Absolutely awesome that you all are tuning in to this live stream. Oh man, it's so great to have you people on. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Proven astrology. I love that. Sorry I didn't make it to Atlantic City. Yeah, I wanted it to be there as well, but unfortunately it is really expensive to just pay for the flight and to the hotel. So East versus West, if you want to make a collab someday, hit me up. But hopefully that you were able to catch the stream and enjoy the event from there. Melaminai 1821. Kommer det fler videos från Lucia-dunken? Under veckan så kommer det ut lite mer videos från Lucia-dunken 2025. Jag tänker göra en video om finalerna och en edit från det, så hoppas det svaras på frågan där. It was a user that was asking me if there are gonna be any more videos from the competition that I was in, and I told him that somewhere next week I will be putting out more material. So in case if you were wondering what the fuck I was blabbering about. Alright. Ayana is definitely my favorite female arm wrestler. I hope she gets more matches at East versus West. Oh, yeah, definitely. Ayane Takenaka is also one of my favorite female arm wrestlers out there. But my absolute favorite female arm wrestler out there is definitely Heidi Andersson. And since she was able to pull through Victoria KARLSSON like she was not even there, I would love to see the female goat of arm wrestling to be a part of EvW Sports. Oh man, that would be so cool to see the goat of a female arm wrestling to be a part of that the biggest stage of arm wrestling as of now. Alright. Jerry is not doing well in the super heavyweights now. He needs to drop down a weight class. Yeah, I think he will do really well in the heavyweight division. Because as of now, the super heavyweights, unless you are actually in that weight class and not forcing yourself to be a part of that weight class, it is gonna be a huge gap that you need to fill out with the power, endurance, and ferocity. So, but if Jerry CADORETTE still feel like that he can bang with the big boys, then by all means he should do that. But I think in the long run, it would be really cool to see him dropping down to the 115. Because I do believe that he will mess some shit up if he is a part of that class. Oh man. The amount of matches that he is able to really mess up would be really cool to see if he chooses to drop down to the 115 category. But if he wanted to be a part of the super heavyweights, then by all means he should be doing that. So alright, 6 concurrent viewers and 7 likes. Oh yeah, man, I have such awesome viewers. Oh, this is always so cool to have you guys just watching me rambling on about arm wrestling. Man, oh man, it's always so cool to have such awesome people to just tuning in and be a part of this awesome community. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Proven astrology. Drama question. Do you think Prudnik should be held accountable by the community for what he said about cheating and what he actually does on the table? Or should we put the latter drama behind us? Can you elaborate a little bit further on that? Because if he is constantly... I mean, the topic cheating is a very... in a broader aspect, will be really confusing. And what do I mean by that? You will always be accused of cheating by the other guy who also does the cheating. And with that said, what is that being meant as cheating? Because if somebody is playing by the rules, how can that be considered cheating? I mean, if it is within the rules, then it shouldn't be cheating. Because if the roles were reversed, I think that Prudnik would not be complaining as much, if you know what I mean. But you can give me some more elaboration on what your question was with what you were referring to. Home Gym Physique. Good to see you, brother. Hope that you are doing well. I paid extra for the live after polling and the footage was terrible. Too much downtime. I requested a refund. Still no reply from EvW. Oh. Oi. I had no idea. But since I did not pay for the extra live after poll, I cannot talk about that too much. But if it was what you were describing, then that is absolutely unforgivable. Because if you are gonna have a great quality live after polling, then you should at least be sure that you have enough arm wrestlers that are willing to just after poll. Because most of the after poll come from those that actually wants to not only interact with the fans, but also get the extra workout from the event itself. Because most arm wrestlers who are competing are just there to focus on the actual super match and not too much on after poll. Because at least from my experience watching after polls happen, it can really be worrisome to get injuries. So Jerry will be closer to the number 10 spot in the super heavyweight class. He has no chance to defeat the top 5, so why stay in that class? Yeah, makes sense. So, with that said, I think he should be dropping down to the 115 class. Ah, you're referring to the feed was constantly down. Okay, okay. Then that is something that they needed to fix, especially if they are gonna be doing the exact same thing on... Let's see. Because, oh yeah, as I was referring to, if they are gonna do the exact same thing in East versus West 22, they need to make sure that they have a great internet connection, because they are gonna be definitely a lot of after poll, especially with the Devalera there. Because since a lot of the people wanted to see Devalera constantly arm wrestle, they should make sure that the connection is good and all of that. And speaking of internet connection, when I was doing these type of live streams before, I had such a terrible internet connection that the connection itself was so bad it looked like I was streaming directly from a potato. So I did some research, and apparently if you have a great connection or a great Ethernet cable, such as the 6A, I think one of those cables is called, and from there I was just rearranging the cables, and voila, I got almost like 10 times the better internet connection, and the connection right now is definitely a lot more better. So with that, I can have even nicer live streams than constantly streaming from my phone. So he came out hard against the Devon during the split. Oh, you are referring to when he was leaving East versus West, since Ingen Thursday was not a part of it anymore. He came out hard against the Devon during the split for trying to get an advantage of the setup and whine about the refs. I think we saw Prunik being a massive hypocrite, yes. Ah, you are referring to when he was constantly getting his shoulder passed on his opponent's side. Ah, yeah, in that case, that would be really hypocritical, since he was, if I am not mistaken, one of those that were writing the name, or he was one of the athletes that left EvW, since they felt like Devalera had too much influence. So in that case, it will be really hypocritical in that sense, at least in my opinion. Alright, okay, I think I talked about Takenaka, Victor. Okay, let's talk about the biggest surprise out of the entire event. And I do believe that you people are gonna be not surprised when it comes to this particular match that I'm gonna be talking about as of shortly. But it is with Bogdan Stoika versus Paul Lin. And from what I've heard, people were completely writing Stoika and Bogdan off. Just because of the previous matches that he had been having for the past few years. But Paul Lin was the only one that believed that, no, it's gonna be an amazing battle. And if I know Stoika and Bogdan as I should, he is using all of that to his advantage and just using it as a fuel and just showcase to the entire world that he is a force to be reckoned with. And he was absolutely amazing. Bogdan Stoika was a force yesterday, and he, with all due respect to Paul Lin, he went through Paul Lin as Paul Lin was not even there. That's how badass and strong and outright awesome Bogdan Stoika was yesterday. Oh man. I was expecting it to be a war, but he was able to get a score of 3-0 against Paul Lin, and that is not an easy feat to do. Especially how strong and how successful Paul Lin has been for the past few years. So Bogdan Stoika definitely arrived with an outright pang to the arm wrestling scene in the East versus West sphere. But we in the Arm Wars circuit already knew how amazing Stoika and Bogdan was, and for him to finally get his well-deserved shot at East versus West was something that all of us in the Arm Wars community dreamt of seeing being a part of. So this was a well-deserved win for Bogdan Stoika, and I cannot wait to see what kind of plans that they are having for the amazing athlete that is Bogdan Stoika. Oh man, definitely amazing how Stoika Bogdan was. Oh man. 5 concurrent viewers and 7 likes. Awesome. Man, this is such an awesome community to be a part of. Oh yes. Alright, now let's see. See if I have forgotten about anything. Nope. Another that really did stood out was Tobias Sporrong against his match against Serranov. And for him to absolutely destroy Serranov in the fashion that he was doing, oh my goodness. I was not expecting that Serranov was gonna get ran over in the fashion that Tobias Sporrong was showcasing. But I was predicting that he was gonna be calling out the Devil Arat, but I think it is a smart move for him to go up against either Ivan Matashenko or Alex Kurdeka, because I've been wanting to see Alex Kurdeka versus Tobias Sporrong left-handed for a few years now. Because I do believe that Tobias Sporrong is in a place that he can rise up from the ashes and proclaim one of the top spots in the world, left-handed once again. when he was running through Serrano in the fashion that he was doing. So if he is able to steamroll through, or I shouldn't say that, if he is able to beat Alex Krudeka, I do believe that a match between Devon and Tobias Sporrong should be in the making. Because I do believe that the match with Tobias and Devon Larratt should be happening in the near future. We just have to wait and see how the flow of the time is gonna be playing it up. But once again, the Viking from the frozen Scandinavia came to the United States and proclaimed another victim to the list. Absolutely well done by Tobias Sporrong in the outright amazing performance that he was able to showcase to the entire world yesterday. Wow! Absolutely phenomenal horsepower from the young giant that is Tobias Sporrong. Now, let's see, I think I have read all of the comments thus far. I watched a few WF matches on YouTube recently, and the atmosphere of those matches was electric. East versus West still isn't close to matching WF. Yeah, because at least in the WF there are a lot of electrifying matches that can happen during the qualifiers. And for the biggest enthusiast, it is a wet dream to just watch so many arm wrestling matches all at once. But in the broader aspect, at least for the not so big fan of arm wrestling, it's a chore to go through that many streams all at once. So I do see what you are coming from with the comment that you are writing there, Home Gym Physique. Alright, now let's see. Maybe I will try that out. Alright, okay, let's see. Think I had talked about that one, and that one. And now for the match of the night, which is of course Jordan Sonev versus Evgeny Prudnik. And man, oh man, oh man, did Jordan Sonev arrive with a bang, as Aussie arm wrestlers always like to say. Oh man, Jordan Sonev showcased to the entire world that he is one of the dangerous hook arm wrestlers in the entire world. And the world has been missing him for a few years due to all of the drama with Asen and the Bulgarian Arm Wrestling Federation and all of that. So it is a treat to see Jordan Sonev to be a part of the East versus West card once again, and for him to be able to do that against Evgeny Prudnik, who many were believing that he was gonna steamroll through Jordan Sonev. But for those with the trained eye that has been following arm wrestling for years at this point, knows exactly how dangerous Jordan Sonev is, especially when it comes to the endurance game and the internal rotation of the hook. So for him to outright making sure that Prudnik was stuck in that hook, and as long as Jordan Sonev was able to suck that hook in, Evgeny Prudnik had basically nowhere else to go. And it was just a matter of time before the bicep of Evgeny Prudnik was gonna get it gassed out. And Jordan Solnev was saying like, not today. And he made sure that Evgeny Prudnik felt the Bulgarian arm wrestling force that is Jordan Solnev. Absolutely amazing how that match turned out. And how Jordan Solnev was able to showcase to the entire world that the uncrowned king of the 110 class is back in action, and he is here to stay. Oh man, I cannot wait to see more matches of Jordan Solnev in the near future. And speaking of that, he was also proving the entire world wrong when people outright said that this was a terrible matchup for Jordan Solnev. Jordan Solnev was gonna get steamrolled. Look at how Prudnik was able to hook against David Darikian and all of that. People were completely writing Jordan Solnev off when this matchup was announced. So I was really happy to see that Jordan Solnev proved the entire world wrong, and he is here to stay. And I cannot wait for the next match for Jordan Solnev. Outright amazing performance by the man from Bulgaria. Now let's see who is a part of this chat. 6 concurrent viewers and 7 likes. Oh, this is really good odds so far. Really good odds. So if you haven't already, be sure to spam that like button and share this live stream around so a lot more people can be tuning in and be a part of this amazing community. This is really awesome to have all of you amazing people being a part of this stream. And another awesome individual that is a part of this chat is Martin G. Blast, who is saying, "Yo bro, cheers, good morning and night." So, how are you doing, brother? Hoping that you are having a great night or morning, depending on where you are in this green-blue world. And you were able to enjoy EvW 21 as much as I did. Absolutely fantastic how that event was. Oh my goodness. Oh, glad to hear that you were very satisfied with EvW 21. And by the way, Martin, are you noticing any difference with this stream now? It's because I have excellent internet quality! Finally! Oh man, I was switching to new Ethernet cables, and this internet is much more better now, thanks to that small adjustment that I did. So absolutely awesome to be able to just have great internet once more. Oh my goodness. An Armenian arm wrestler is in the house, and he says, "Krigi, how are you doing, brother? Hope that you are having a nice time wherever you are in this green-blue world. Hope that you are having an amazing day, or night, or morning, depending on where you are." Quality Pure Val. Quality stream as always. Oh yeah. Thank you for the amazing kind words that you are just throwing my way. I can just feel all of the emojis, all of the positivity just raining me down like it was raining blood from Slayers. Onward and upwards. Ayane is a pocket rocket. And yeah, agree there. Ayane Takenaka came and just arrived once more to the EvW scene. And I cannot wait to see her match against Dimitrina Petrova. Because I do believe that she is gonna be able to beat her. And that is just... if all the stars are aligned and the planets are in a one straight line from... that's the scene from Hercules. I do believe that Ayana Takenaka is gonna be able to showcase to the entire world that she is the belt holder of this weight category. It is gonna be really amazing to see what that lady is gonna be doing next. Armenian arm wrestler. A great win by Tobias. Oh yeah, it was definitely a great win. Tough beat for Victoria. Yeah, Victoria, I was speaking to her yesterday, and at least from my understanding, she did not take the loss too seriously. And I did say to her that now that you have showcased that you are an asset to the world stage, regardless if you win or lose, as long as you did an entertaining match, that's all that they are caring about. And I do hope that they are considering to having her in more East versus West matches in the near future. Because a super match that I would love to see is Victoria KARLSSON versus Lucia Demnarova, left-handed. That is a super match that I have been wanting to see for years. Especially after all of the amazing matches that those girls are having throughout the years. So, Robert Baxter and Dexter, you should make that match happen. Lucia Demnarova versus Victoria KARLSSON, that should be a match in the making. Come on, guys. Yeah, I can see that you are a very big fan of Ayane Takenaka, Martin. And that is okay. That is very, very okay. Who knows? Maybe you should be studying Japanese just to impress her. I think that she is gonna be very happy that the people are studying her mother language just in order to talk to her in her mother language. Maybe you should try that. Alright. I've been talking about that. Now let's see. And one of the matches that also stood out to me definitely was Jerry CADORETTE versus Kamil Jablonski. Because people were having a hard time to pick who was going to be winning that super match. But the fun promotion that I did see was that they called this the Battle of the Presses, or Stop the Presses. Stop the Presses. So, for this match to be as entertaining as it were becoming, really proved that they were able to show an outright cool matchup with Kamil and Jerry CADORETTE. But the match itself went in a way that I was not expecting at all. Because in the first two matches, Kamil Jablonski basically steamrolled through Jerry CADORETTE in a fashion that I was not expecting. I was believing in that it was gonna be stuck at the center of the table, and one of them were gonna be forced to pull the endurance card. So for Jerry CADORETTE to be doing something else completely with magical sensation of the King's move that he was able to just pop up out of nowhere, and Devil Era's reaction when he was doing that, and he was just like, "Oh my! Are we seeing new war wrestling in real time? Are we seeing the Kings from Jerry Cadorette? Oh my goodness!" Almost like he was having a erection of King's movingness, watching from the commentary booth with how he was reacting when Jerry Cadorette, the king of the flopper press, was doing an outright King's move in the middle of round 3. There was something new out of the ordinary, and he was able to just drop down to the Kings, and Kamil Jablonski was trying to maintain that, and once Jerry Cadorette smelled that a top roller was in the lake, he immediately stood back up and pressed Kamil Jablonski to the pad, that Kamil Jablonski basically fell off the elbow pad, and the crowd was going absolutely fucking crazy of enthusiasm, since there were a lot of people standing up and just giving Jerry Cadorette a standing ovation with how amazing that round 3 was. Oh my goodness! That when I was watching that after a hard work at Lucia Duncan, oh man, that match that was happening in front of our very eyes was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So for this to be that the third round completely blew my mind as well, Martin G. Blast. If you are gonna be looking at entertainment value, that match alone was something to be just behold. Oh my! So after all of that, Kamil Jablonski was able to win that match 4-1, but people were writing Jerry Cadorette off that he is nothing but a washed up arm wrestler. But to take into consideration, one of the few arm wrestlers that he has been able, or that he has been facing, was the number 1 guy, the number 3 guy, and the number 4 guy. And just by polling those arm wrestlers, people were saying like, "Oh, he's just washed up and he is not even a great arm wrestler anymore." And I don't know what is with people, but spewing out all of that nonsense is really, basically you are losing brain cells when you're spewing out that nonsense. I mean, of course, Jerry Cadorette is one-sided most of the times with the style that he is pulling, but to say that he is washed up and he is not great anymore, that is outright delusional. That is, at least my honest opinion, with some of the comments that I have been seeing throughout the interwebs when they are talking about Jerry Cadorette and all of that. So yeah, congratulations to Kamil Jablonski on your amazing win, and I do look forward to that the Golden Dragon of Poland, that is Kamil Jablonski, will once again showcase to the entire world that he is not just a fast arm wrestler, but he is a strong arm wrestler. Right, I'm just gonna be seeing who is in the chat. I will pay to see Victoria versus Lucia. Topman Krigev, thank you for that amazing comment. I will also be paying to see Victoria versus Lucia Demnarova. I mean, for them to not arranging this match as of now, it really fucking boggles my mind. People will pay to see Victoria versus Lucia. Come on, man. It should definitely be in the makings, you know? Devon versus Artyom confirmed. Yeah, I will go in to that just a second. Jerry has downgraded a lot recently. Yeah, but I think the main villain of this whole ordeal is probably time itself. Because time itself will basically win against all of us sooner or later. But also, it is due to the fact that Jerry is pretty much like an open book when it comes to his arm wrestling style. If you are able to figure out how to be able to deal with the style that Jerry is bringing, it's pretty much like a one-way traffic if you are strong enough in the right areas. As we have been able to see against Vitaly Laretin, Hermes Gasperini, and Levan Saganashvili. All of those three guys were strong in the right areas, in the right precision and position. So for them to be able to figure out how to properly deal with the awkward style that Jerry CADORETTE is bringing to the arm wrestling table really showcase that it is just that. If you are able to figure Jerry CADORETTE out, it is basically like an open book. But you also need to take into consideration that you also take into consideration that it takes a lot of strength in order to do just that against Jerry CADORETTE. That what we are seeing is just a couple of quick flash pins and all of that. But for the guys that are there, they are making sure that Jerry CADORETTE does not even get to access his press at all. So they are pulling really smart against somebody that is as dangerous as Jerry CADORETTE is. And going into that, we are going to be talking about Michael Todd versus Georgi Svetkov. And I was believing that Michael Todd was going to be the favorite coming into this match because Georgi Svetkov, with all of his strength, is not able to deal with the King's move. Or that awkward King's move that so many people are saying that the style is showcasing. Because from the match that I did see, Georgi Svetkov had like multiple windows of opportunity to press Michael Todd down, but from what I saw, it did look like Georgi Svetkov was climbing down and tried to press with a supinated from a supinated angle, which is not the smartest move if you are gonna be pulling against somebody that is as awkward as Michael Todd is. And especially how stubborn Michael Todd is, especially when he is going in those angles. So I do believe that when Georgi Svetkov was climbing down and tried to press from there was not the wisest choice at all. Because when you are pulling against somebody that is gonna be doing a outright King's move, you need to either climb all over the hand, or you need to have a strong enough press with the pronation intact. Because you do not want to press... I'm gonna be shifting around with the camera so you can see what I am referring to. Because you need a lot of tricep power in order to press like this, when in all actuality you need this. With having the pronator intact, while pressing down. And if you're doing just that, the window of opportunity to get to the pin will be more accessible. But if you are climbing down like that when somebody is just trying to gas your pronator out, it's not a wise choice at all. So I do hope for GEORGI Svetskav's sake that he is gonna be focusing on having a tricep press, because when he is going up against somebody that does not necessarily care about the hand too much, but going all out on the pronator like this, it is gonna be a tough day for GEORGI Svetkav if he is not able to... How are you saying that? Having another option available. So, but now that Michael Todd has officially called out Levon Saganashvili to be his next match in June, something tells me that Michael Todd knows that he has... Now that Michael Todd knows that Svetskav was able to expose a game of his, that he's gonna be working extra hard to give Levon Saganashvili something else to bite against. And who knows, maybe we will see something out of the ordinary when Monster Michael Todd is strapped up with Levon Saganashvili and are able to showcase why Michael Todd is such a dangerous arm wrestler to be dealing with on the arm wrestling table. So congratulations to Monster Michael Todd on your well-earned win. That match of yours was absolutely crazy, and I cannot wait to see you grip up against the Georgian Hulk in June, if that happens. Alright, now let's see who is more in the chat. George gassed out, so couldn't win. Yeah, that was probably the case. Things with King's Move, you need the flop press, when Georgie did not have. Yeah, exactly. Jerry works a full-time job as others are doing arm wrestling full-time. Jerry can improve if he wants. Yeah, definitely. Because that is something that some people does not take into account. That most of us arm wrestler, unless you are from either Georgia or Kazakhstan, or maybe even Russia, if you are not, if you have a full-time job, it becomes a lot more energy consuming to be able to work really hard at your job, but also work really hard when it comes to training. Because you always come home after a really tough day at work, and then like almost 1 hour later or 2 hours later, you are going to the arm wrestling club and just pull really hard and also work out really hard. So to be able to balance all of that takes a lot of mental strength that people are not taking into consideration when this topic of oh, he should be a full-time arm wrestler than to have a full-time job on top of it. So doing both really takes a lot of mental fortitude that the people are not taking into consideration when talking about this amount of topics. The top guys are extremely dedicated now. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Because if you are able to focus on wrestling as a full-time gig, the amount of training efficiency that you are able to put through will showcase itself when it is available to you. So Överumans, the next match will be in super heavyweight. Ah, have you heard that anywhere? What was your favorite match, Craig? Yeah, my favorite match of the entire night was, of course, Jordan Sonov versus Evgeny Prudnik. That match was wow. If you're looking at just pure arm wrestling, go no further than Evgeny Prudnik versus Jordan Sonov, because that match was absolutely mind-bogglingly awesome. Oh man. That is the purest arm wrestler's wettest dream, to just see two arm wrestlers just standing at top of the table and just go all out in the hook and just showcase the outright beauty of pure arm wrestling. That for me was the best match of the entire night, by far. Another that was not so far behind was Monster Michael Todd versus Georgi Svetkov. And also Daniel Prokopchuk versus Mindaugas Tarasaitis. But my favorite match of the entire night was, of course, Jordan Sonov versus Evgeny Prudnik. When is Engin versus Archer match? Yeah, I can't check. I don't know exactly, but I do remember that Devon Larratt was saying like, "Oh, you spoke his name. Oh, you spoke his name." Still shows that the wound that happened is still fresh in his mind and was not be reminded of everything that has transpired. But I think the super match itself is gonna be on the December 20th. As he, as I'm gonna be shifting around, as he showed in this post that he did or 11 days ago, that he's gonna be polling against him in December 20th. So I'm still looking forward to that match on itself because it has history with that. But we'll see if it is just a old lion's heart that wants to go back against the young blood, or that the old lion is able to showcase to the entire world that he is not far gone as the people believe he is. Never seen Bogdan Paul. Cody Marion. Let's see. Never seen Bogdan Paul, so he destroyed my expectations too. Yeah, he was really showcasing to the entire world that despite being an underground arm wrestler, he is now a mainstream arm wrestler. So I do look forward to all of the matches that Bogdan Stoika is gonna be getting from all of this. I am so proud of Bogdan Stoika, of how he was able to just showcase that he is a part of the world elite and he is here to stay. Minda will never lose to Daniel. After the match I did see, I think the gap between Daniel and Mindaugas are now gonna be vastly steeper now. 8 events are planned for 2026. What changes in rankings will we'll see? Yeah, we will see definitely some... I do predict that we are gonna be seeing a lot of surprises in 2026. Especially what you wrote here, Mr. Green 1988. We could see some of these unknown guys climb into the top 10s. Exactly. Because we definitely needed to see more of the young blood to go up against the old guard. To basically keep the arm wrestling matches a lot more fresh. And a lot more broader in that aspect. Majan is great. If you believe so. If you believe so. Yeah, I've been on for almost over an hour now, so if you have any more questions, I am gonna be wrapping up this live stream very shortly. So it has been an absolute pleasure to be showcasing this live stream to you all, and thank you to everybody that has been popping in here and there to just see a Swedish guy in the evening, depending on where you are, and just talk about the beauty and finesse of arm wrestling and EvW 21. It was absolutely an honor to have all of you guys coming in and having this lovely discussion with myself. Thank you to each and every one of you that popped in. And have a nice day. Stay safe, don't be a surpuppa, and keeping awesome. Take care. And by the way, before you go, be sure to go into the... see... Anaconda. Alright. Be sure to go in to the website of Anaconda Arm Wrestling and buy yourself a SATV beanie that will definitely keep you comfortable in the frozen times, in the winter times. This is a straight way to support the Sweden Arm Wrestling Television if you want to support me. Or if you just wanted to come in and become a YouTube member to support me even further from there, that will be also very appreciated. If that is gonna be showcasing. Oh, Lucky Ones, the podcast. Happy to see you coming into this live stream and just having a nice chat. So nice channel, just found you from live streaming. Later, guys. Yeah. Later. I hope that you are having a great ass time. Let's see. So, by the way, if you want to support me, the link to my merch is in the... yes, it should be available to ship it to the US. And if you have any more questions, just contact Anaconda Arm Wrestling, and they will provide you with all of the information available. So that is the best way to support the Sweden Arm Wrestling Television, because all of that income goes directly to me, which will be used to make more content for all of you guys. So yeah, have a nice day, stay safe, don't be a surpuppa, and keep being awesome. Take care, and I love all of you. Thank you very much for all of your continuous support. It is very and highly appreciated.